Hey there, welcome back. Tonight, we're going to explore a mystery from the past, a true story that's strange, forgotten, or still unsolved. So find a quiet spot, take a deep breath, and let your mind drift. This is where history meets mystery, and sleep comes easy. Beneath the sun-scorched plains and weathered hills of the Anatolian Plateau in southeastern Turkey, an ancient secret lay hidden in silence for thousands upon thousands of years. It was buried deep beneath layers of dust and time, forgotten entirely by history and untouched by the modern world. That is, until the year 1994, when a seemingly ordinary excavation turned into one of the most extraordinary archaeological revelations of our time. German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt, guided by little more than curiosity and a hunch, pressed his shovel into the dry earth. What he unearthed wasn't just an old ruin. It was something that would shatter long-held assumptions about the origins of human civilization. As the soil was peeled back inch by inch, what emerged from the depths was breathtaking. Vast circular enclosures formed by towering limestone pillars, each one carved with painstaking detail. Some of these columns stood nearly 6 meters tall and weighed up to 20 tons, arranged in mysterious stone circles that echoed with a lost language of symbols. These weren't mere rocks, they were monuments, sculpted T-shaped megaliths, etched with wild animals, snarling lions, coiled serpents, charging aurochs, cunning foxes, and enigmatic geometric symbols. Every figure, every groove in the stone seemed to whisper stories from a forgotten world, tales of myth, ritual, and belief etched, not in ink, but in stone. But what truly shocked the academic world wasn't just the size or artistry, it was the age. Radiocarbon dating revealed that Göbekli Tepe was over 11,000 years old, dating back to around 9600 BCE. That's millennia before the invention of the wheel. Thousands of years before the first domesticated crops or metal tools, and well before the first bricks of the Egyptian pyramids or the massive stones of Stonehenge were ever laid. In historical terms, Göbekli Tepe doesn't just predate civilization, it challenges the very definition of when civilization began. Even more confounding is the mystery of its builders. For decades, scholars believed that such sophisticated construction could only be the work of settled agrarian societies. Yet Göbekli Tepe was likely built by nomadic hunter-gatherers roaming bands of early humans who supposedly lacked the organization, manpower, or tools for projects of this scale. And yet, here it stood, a vast ceremonial complex, as deliberate and purposeful as any cathedral or temple built millennia later. This paradox has sent shockwaves through the academic community, forcing archaeologists, historians, and anthropologists alike to reconsider one of humanity's most fundamental stories, that religion and social complexity emerged after agriculture. Göbekli Tepe suggests the opposite. It hints that belief may have come first, that spiritual life may have sparked the need for civilization itself. But the story grows stranger still. Around the year 8000 BCE, after centuries of use, the builders of Göbekli Tepe did something baffling. They deliberately buried the site, every pillar, every courtyard, carefully covered with tons of earth and debris, as if they wanted to protect it, or perhaps conceal it. Why they did this remains one of the site's deepest and most haunting mysteries. Was it an act of reverence, a ritual farewell? Or did they want to seal away something too sacred or too dangerous for future generations to find? Whatever their reasons, their actions preserved Göbekli Tepe almost perfectly beneath the soil, allowing us to uncover it in a condition few ancient sites can match. Today, as archaeologists continue to lift the ancient stones back into sunlight for the first time in over 10,000 years, each discovery brings more wonder, but also more questions. Göbekli Tepe does not simply add a new chapter to human history, it rewrites the entire prologue. It forces us to ask unsettling questions about who we are, where we came from, and how far back the true story of our species really goes. Could it be that human civilization stretches far deeper into the past than we've ever dared to imagine? And if a monument of this magnitude lay hidden for millennia beneath Turkey's quiet hills, how many more such secrets lie buried across the globe, patiently waiting for us to find them? Tucked away beneath layers of windblown dust and the slow crawl of centuries in China's Shanxi province lies one of the most tantalizing and elusive enigmas in modern archaeology, a structure whispered about in legends, glimpsed in grainy photos, and yet never fully revealed. It is known to some as the White Pyramid of China, a monument so massive, so seemingly out of place, that many have questioned whether it truly exists or whether it's merely a mirage conjured by hopeful minds and distorted memories. And yet, the stories surrounding it refuse to disappear. They linger like echoes in the mountains, teasing us with the possibility that a forgotten wonder lies just out of reach. The tale truly begins in 1945, near the end of World War II, when an American pilot named James Gaussman was flying a routine transport mission across northwestern China. As his plane soared above the remote valleys near Xi'an, he reportedly caught sight of something unbelievable, a colossal white pyramid rising from the earth, its smooth, gleaming sides reflecting the sunlight with an unnatural brilliance. Unlike the weathered gray stone of Egyptian pyramids or the step profiles of the Mayan ruins, this structure appeared smooth, symmetrical, and impossibly pristine, almost as if it had been placed there by a civilization beyond anything he knew. 2 years later, in 1947, another pilot, Maurice Xian, flying in roughly the same region, corroborated Gaussman's account. He, too, claimed to have seen the towering structure reporting its perfect shape and vast size. Xian even managed to snap a few photographs from the air, blurry and black and white, yet compelling enough to spark global fascination. When these accounts reached the West, they caused a media frenzy. Archaeologists, journalists, and mystery hunters alike wanted to know more. Had an ancient superstructure truly been hiding in plain sight? Could China, long revered for its dynastic wonders, also be home to a pyramid that dwarfed even those of Giza? But as quickly as the story surfaced, it vanished behind a veil of secrecy. With the end of the war came the tightening of China's borders. The region around Xi'an, said to be the location of the White Pyramid, was gradually closed off to foreign researchers. What was once an object of global curiosity became, overnight, an inaccessible zone. Only a small group of Chinese archaeologists were permitted to investigate, and official reports quickly downplayed the rumors. The supposed pyramid, they insisted, was nothing more than a burial mound, one of dozens in the region, constructed for emperors of the Qin, Han, or Tang dynasties. Large, yes. Unique, perhaps. But not extraordinary. Yet satellite technology would change everything. In recent decades, high-resolution imagery from both Western and Russian sources began to reveal curious shapes scattered across the region of Shanxi. Many appeared unmistakably pyramid-like, geometric, symmetrical, and far larger than most believed. Some of these structures stood over 50 meters tall. Others soared past 100, and rumors began to swirl again. One particularly persistent legend described a pyramid standing merely 300 meters high, with a base perimeter stretching over 450 meters, making it not only larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza, but the largest pyramid ever constructed on Earth. Adding to the allure is a recurring motif in local folklore: the glistening white surface. Elders in nearby villages spoke of a time when the Great Pyramid was encased in polished white limestone, or perhaps especially treated clay. On clear days, they said, it shimmered like ice against the gray mountains, glowing like a beacon of forgotten power. Was it a monument to a god? A tomb for a divine ruler? Or something stranger still? Mainstream scholars continue to assert that the pyramid-like structures of Shanxi are imperial tombs, grand, but explainable within the context of Chinese dynastic traditions. They speak of the Yellow Emperor, of Qin Shi Huang and his terracotta, warriors of burial mounds aligned with stars. Yet others aren't so easily satisfied. Theorists outside the establishment propose alternative ideas that stir the imagination and provoke heated debate. Some believe the White Pyramid was far older than any recorded Chinese dynasty, possibly built by a forgotten civilization, whose legacy was erased by time or cataclysm. Others argue it may have functioned as a spiritual or astronomical center, like the pyramids of Mesoamerica. They point to the precise alignments found in some nearby structures, alignments with Orion's Belt or the North Star, and draw comparisons to pyramid complexes halfway around the world. And still others dare to entertain even more controversial theories, that the White Pyramid was a beacon, an energy node, or even a structure of extraterrestrial origin left behind not by ancient humans, but by something else, of course. Such theories have never been verified. And therein lies the problem. Despite decades of speculation, no outsider has been granted full access to the alleged site. Excavations remain limited, the area heavily restricted. Even Chinese archaeologists themselves have shown hesitancy, citing both political sensitivities and cultural reverence. A traditional belief persists that the tombs of emperors must not be disturbed. To open them, some say, is to risk unleashing misfortune upon the land. And so they remain sealed, undisturbed, unstudied. And enigmatic. All of this, the secrecy, the legends, the partial glimpses through grainy images, has only intensified the mystique surrounding the White Pyramid. It has become not just an archaeological puzzle, but a symbol of everything we long to understand and everything we still cannot reach. A forbidden mountain, a door to the past that remains closed. And yet we continue to ask what truly lies beneath that shroud of dirt and stone. Are we looking at the tomb of an emperor, or at the last surviving monument of a forgotten epoch in human history? Could the White Pyramid be a key to rewriting everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations? Or is it simply a myth, fueled by misinterpretation and mystery? As our satellites peer ever closer and global interest continues to rise, one thing remains certain: the White Pyramid of China holds a story. Whether it's one of forgotten dynasties or undiscovered truths, of ancient builders or vanished worlds, we may never know until the day the soil is pulled back, the silence is broken, and the mountain finally speaks. Vanishing of Clovis people. The story of the Clovis people began in the 1930s, when archaeologists discovered unique and sophisticated stone spear points at a site near the city of Clovis, New Mexico. These sharp points were quickly determined to date back around 13,000 years, serving as proof of the existence of an advanced and mysterious hunting culture in North America. The Clovis people are regarded as masters of stone technology, with weapon-making techniques so advanced that, even today, modern researchers still have much to learn from them. They survive by hunting large animals that are now extinct, such as mammoths, North American camels, and giant deer, and use sharp tools to endure the harsh conditions at the end of the Ice Age. But then, the Clovis culture suddenly vanished from all archaeological records within just a few hundred years. Scientists are still actively debating the real reason for their collapse. Some theories suggest that dramatic climate change at the end of the Ice Age, with rising temperatures and rapidly shifting environments, led to the extinction of the large animals on which the Clovis depended, dragging this group into ruin as well. Other researchers believe that the Clovis encountered a meteorite disaster as evidence of cosmic glass carbon dust, and widespread wildfires has been found at many ancient sites dating to the same period. Was it a meteor impact that wiped out this culture in an instant? Or did the Clovis people actually migrate to other lands? The question of the origin and final fate of the Clovis people is not just an American mystery, but a story shared by all of humanity. A reminder of the fragility of civilizations and of their ability to adapt or collapse when faced with the harsh changes of nature. The disappearance of the Clovis people is a warning that even a thriving civilization can vanish without a trace, leaving behind only small fragments for future generations to seek meaning. Today, as archaeologists continue to excavate sites and analyze every fragment of earth and stone, the story of the Clovis people remains an endless source of inspiration for scientists, writers, anyone fascinated by the exploration of history. It urges us to ask profound questions about life and about the inevitable decline that every civilization in the world must eventually face. Rohank Codex. Hidden away in the archives of a small library in Hungary lies a strange book that has confounded scholars for nearly 2 centuries. This is the Rohank Codex, a mysterious manuscript that, even to this day, no one in the world has been able to read or even truly understand what it is actually recording. The book was discovered in the early 19th century in the town of Rohank. On its rough, time-stained pages, over 400 manuscript leaves appear, filled with characters unlike any writing system ever known. This script contains thousands of unique symbols, none of which have ever appeared in any language or ancient script. The mystery of the Rohank Codex deepens with the presence of more than 80 illustrations within the book, depicting scenes of daily life, religious rituals, warfare, and even figures laden with religious symbolism. Some of the images seem reminiscent of Christianity, yet they are blended with elements of Islam and paganism, making the origin and meaning even more complicated to unravel. Who is the author of this book? Why invent such an enigmatic script? And what was the book truly trying to convey to future generations? Over the decades, many researchers have proposed various theories. Some believe it is a prayer book belonging to a secret sect that once existed in Central Europe, or that it is the secret record of an ancient religious community wishing to protect its secrets from the outside world. Some modern scholars, however, have questioned the manuscript's authenticity. They argue it could be a sophisticated hoax from the 19th century, created solely to challenge the curiosity and abilities of researchers. No matter its origin, the Rohank Codex remains steadfast in guarding its secrets. Teams of linguists, cryptographers, and historians have poured immense effort into research, trying every technique from modern linguistic analysis to digital technology. Yet the book still refuses to yield even a single line of meaning. The script within continues to defy the imagination of humanity. Today, as technology has enabled people to decode a multitude of ancient texts, from dead languages to messages, hidden deep within the Egyptian pyramids, the Rohank Codex remains an enigma that science has yet to solve. And like so many other great mysteries in history, this book reminds us all that no matter how advanced modern civilization becomes, there are still corners of the world that remain unanswered. Late 1980s, Russian Navy divers were conducting routine training exercises in Lake Baikal, the world's deepest and oldest lake located in Siberia. However, what they discovered during one of their dives was anything but routine. Several of the divers reported encountering strange humanoid creatures, sparking intense interest and speculation about what they had seen. Siberia, a region in Russia, has been a long-standing site of reported UFO and extraterrestrial encounters for many generations. Among the notable locations in Siberia where such phenomena have been observed, Lake Baikal, This vast body of water is renowned for its unique ecosystem that harbors a multitude of rare species. The swimmers of Lake Baikal, at one point, instilled fear in Russian Navy divers, showcasing immense strength that tragically resulted in the passing of 3 divers due to decompression sickness. The Lake Baikal swimmers refer to a peculiar and mysterious group of aquatic humanoid beings that came into contact with Russian naval divers in the year 1982, creating a sense of intrigue and wonder. This intriguing encounter occurred amidst a routine military diving operation at the depth of 50 meters, equivalent to 164 feet, when the divers were suddenly intrigued by an unusual presence sharing the waters with them. The divers documented observations of beings with a human-like appearance whose elongated bodies measured up to 3 meters or 9 feet long. Beyond their sheer size, the divers found other evidence indicating that the entities they came across were extraterrestrial in nature. These humanoid creatures were unlike anything seen on Earth, sparking intrigue and speculation about their origin and purpose. The depicted entities were characterized by their silver outlines, with certain entities adorned with see-through orbs atop their heads. These orbs have been likened to the appearance of an unfolded umbrella positioned above the creatures' heads. This description portrays a detailed depiction of the figures, emphasizing the distinct features that set them apart. After the divers emerged from the depths of Lake Baikal, they promptly relayed their astonishing discovery to a commanding officer. In response, the commander instructed the divers to plunge back into the icy waters and capture one of these mysterious aquatic beings. 7 brave divers descended into the lake once more, coming face to face with the mysterious Lake Baikal swimmers, who exhibited extraordinary strength by forcefully propelling the Soviet divers back to the surface. This remarkable encounter not only showcased the resilience of the divers, but also underscored the uncanny abilities of these elusive underwater creatures dwelling in the depths of Lake Baikal. Inadequate availability of decompression chambers along the shore resulted in a tragic situation where all 7 divers could not be accommodated, leaving 3 divers unfortunate enough to succumb to decompression sickness, also known as casein disease or the bends. This unfortunate incident marked a deadly turn in the efforts to reach out to the Lake Baikal swimmers. The lack of resources to address decompression needs exposed the divers to the fatal consequences of their descent into the depths. Nikolai Kirov, a resident fisherman in the quaint village of Koltuk, has recently shared an intriguing anecdote with local historians recounting an unforgettable fishing expedition from the 1990s. As described by Kariv, during a nocturnal fishing excursion with his companions, a remarkable and mystifying sight unfolded before their eyes. Allegedly, as they engaged in their fishing activities under the cover of night, they were astounded to witness strange occurrences in the tranquil waters of the lake. In the vast expanse of Lake Baikal, the fishermen faced a deep sense of fear when encountering mysterious creatures that threatened to overturn their boats, plunging them into the icy depths. Desperately attempting to ensnare one of these mysterious silver beings by casting expansive nets into the frigid waters, the crew soon retreated back to the safety of the shore, shaken by the eerie encounter. This unsettling experience left an indelible mark on their psyches, dissuading them from ever venturing back to that particular area of Lake Baikal. In addition to the mentioned evidence, there exists a folklore tale revolving around a native farmer who recounted a narrative to a traveler regarding mythical pharaohs residing in the lake area. As per the folklore, these lake-dwelling pharaohs were believed to have caused the sinking of a boat, prompting the villagers to take action by casting nets into the waters and successfully hauling approximately 50 of these pharaohs onto the shore. This folklore not only adds a touch of mystique to the local legends, but also illustrates the deep-rooted beliefs and customs prevalent among the villages in that region. In ancient folklore, the beings known as pharaohs were believed to possess a human-like appearance with heads, arms, hands, and legs. Yet they also had paws and a fishtail. Legend has it that the villagers resorted to whipping these pharaohs with birch rods and then casting them back into the depths of the lake. This act of punishment was not just physical, carried a powerful, symbolic message. Following the severe beating, the pharaohs vanished from the land, never to be seen again. The reports in question regarding the existence of humanoid entities have never received official confirmation or denial from the government. These accounts have sparked a significant amount of speculation and intrigue within the paranormal community. Various theories have emerged to explain the origins of these humanoids. Some speculate that they might have been the outcome of clandestine experiments conducted by the government. On the other hand, alternative perspectives propose that these entities could potentially be extraterrestrial in nature, originating from outer space or possibly remnants of an ancient civilization long lost in the annals of history. Interestingly, individuals residing in and visiting Lake Baikal have shared numerous accounts of witnessing mysterious phenomena in the nocturnal skies or emanating from the profound waters of the lake known for its pristine clarity. Observers have depicted these strange occurrences as radiant spheres or circular shapes, exuding a rhythmic luminescence that casts an ethereal light upon the surrounding landscape. These celestial manifestations, whether fleeting streaks amidst the stars or emerging from the abyssal depths below, have captivated the imaginations of onlookers and stirred a sense of wonder. In a captivating narrative, a collective of fishermen recounted a mesmerizing experience of encountering a sequence of luminous, unidentified flying objects suspended over the lake's serene surface while engaged in a recreational fishing venture. Their vivid description details how these mysterious objects radiated a gentle, rhythmic glow that gracefully traversed the shimmering waters before vanishing into the vast expanse of the nocturnal sky. This account not only highlights the intriguing nature of their observation, but also underscores the profound impact it had on their perspective of the world beyond their familiar realm. Reports have emerged about divers coming across luminous entities submerged in the depths of Lake Baikal. These entities are often described as glowing orbs or underwater vessels, displaying remarkable agility and elegance. Such encounters have stirred up discussions and conjectures within the scientific community and among enthusiasts, leading to intensified scrutiny and research efforts aimed at unraveling the mysteries surrounding these phenomena. The peculiar sightings of these luminous objects have triggered a wave of curiosity and fascination, prompting a more profound exploration into the true nature and possible origins of these strange occurrences. In the case of luminous, unidentified flying objects sighted above Lake Baikal, a renowned site veiled in mystery, the scientific community and scholars have postulated numerous hypotheses to elucidate these occurrences. Among the assorted theories put forth, one compelling idea posits that the radiating entities could potentially be attributed to inherent natural elements. These entities, possibly emanated by bioluminescent organisms or atmospheric plasma, are hypothesized to emanate light as a result of intricate chemical reactions or electromagnetic phenomena occurring within their milieu. In a more elaborate exploration of the phenomenon, an alternative explanation emerges, suggesting that the luminous, unidentified flying objects might be of human creation, possibly experimental aircraft or drones engaged in testing or surveillance activities near Lake Baikal. Nevertheless, this hypothesis falls short in explaining the remarkable nimbleness and dexterity observed by individuals who have witnessed these occurrences, prompting skepticism regarding its accuracy. The notion that these UFOs are intricately tied to terrestrial operations raises intriguing questions about the advanced technology and capabilities involved, challenging conventional understandings of aerial phenomena. A theoretical perspective that delves into speculation suggests that the luminous, unidentified flying objects might potentially originate from extraterrestrial sources, embodying sophisticated spacecraft or investigative devices venturing into the realms of Earth's oceans and skies. Despite the contentious nature of this hypothesis and its deficiency in empirical substantiation, it remains a notion that should not be summarily disregarded due to humanity's limited comprehension of the cosmos and the plausibility of life existing beyond our planetary boundaries. This viewpoint invites a profound examination of the possibility that these mysterious aerial phenomena could. Stone spheres of Costa Rica. Amidst the deep green tropical forests and the vast southern plains of Costa Rica, hundreds of strange stone spheres lie scattered like silent gatekeepers for a civilization that has vanished from the flow of history. Known as Los Bolas or the Dickey spheres, these stone artifacts have puzzled archaeologists for nearly a century. The first stone spheres were discovered in the 1930s when workers were clearing land to plant bananas for the United Fruit Company. To the astonishment of the laborers, each stone orb, large and small, emerged from the earth, some only the size of a volleyball, but others more than 2 meters in diameter and weighing up to 16 tons. They were carved from granatorite, an extremely hard stone, using methods that even modern technology must admire for their roundness and the polished surface. Although many archaeological sites suggest the spheres may have appeared from around the year 600 AD to the 16th century, not a single ancient record mentions the process of their creation or their actual role in ancient society. Archaeologists believe the spheres belong to the Dickeys culture, a once flourishing civilization that disappeared without a trace before the Spanish ever set foot in this land. Many different theories have been proposed to explain the existence of these stone spheres. Some people believe they were symbols of power or the cosmos, and that they were arranged according to constellations as a kind of ancient astronomical calendar. Some researchers think the spheres mark the boundaries of settlements or were objects used in religious ceremonies. Recent discoveries in excavated settlements show that, at times, the spheres were placed in front of the houses of the wealthy or chieftains to indicate their social status. However, all explanations remain speculation, as those who created the spheres left no written records or ancient texts behind. Over time, modern humans have unfortunately caused considerable damage to these stone spheres. In the 20th century, many spheres were moved to home gardens, parks, or even destroyed in the search for gold, as told in local legends. Only in recent decades have the Costa Rican government and UNESCO begun to recognize the world heritage value of the spheres and promote more serious efforts at conservation and research. Today, the stone spheres of Costa Rica are not only evidence of a lost ancient civilization, but also serve as a reminder of the patience, painstaking effort, and boundless creativity of people in the past. They pose great questions to both science and imagination. How could a society without metal or even the wheel create and move such enormous stones with such precision? Are these spheres simply works of art, or do they contain a message that future generations have yet to understand? Lost civilization of Doggerland. Imagine a distant time, about 10,000 years ago, when the North Sea was not an endless expanse of water, but a fertile land. That place was called Doggerland, a lost world that once connected England to continental Europe, a land so beautiful that many people have called it the Atlantis of Europe. Then, in a terrifying event, the sea levels rose, and a massive tsunami swallowed everything, leaving behind only vague stories beneath the ocean floor. Doggerland stretched from what is now Scotland to the Netherlands, a vast region of green meadows, winding rivers, dense forests, and flooded marshlands, named after Doggerbank, a sandbank beneath the North Sea. This land was once a paradise for Mesolithic hunter-gatherers. They hunted mammoths, reindeer, and red deer, fished in lakes, and foraged for berries and chestnuts. But what happened to this beautiful land? When the last ice age ended about 10,000 BC, melting ice caused sea levels to rise, gradually encroaching on the lowlands of Doggerland. Around 8,200 years ago, a giant tsunami triggered by the Storegga submarine landslide off the coast of Norway submerged Doggerland underwater. Some researchers believe that the northern regions of Doggerland may have survived for several more centuries thanks to the protection of hills and forests. But by 5,500 BC, the North Sea had swallowed all the remaining high ground. The mystery of Doggerland has captivated both archaeologists and dreamers alike. Was this sunken land the Atlantis that the philosopher Plato described? Although this theory is controversial, Doggerland's vast plains are very similar to those in the legends of a lost civilization. Others see Doggerland as a warning, reminding us of the power of nature and the threat of climate change. Countless artifacts, mammoth tusks, flint tools, even fossilized footprints have been pulled up from the bottom of the North Sea, each one like a faint glimmer from a vanished world. In 2019, researchers discovered a submerged forest here, fueling hope of finding settlements preserved beneath the mud. But despite all the discoveries, no clear traces of Doggerland's villages or cities have yet been found. For centuries, Doggerland was forgotten, known only when 19th century fishermen began hauling strange relics from the sea. Today, archaeologists use seismic data from oil companies to redraw the map of this land, while amateur treasure hunters scour Dutch beaches in search of fossils and tools. But the more that is discovered, the more questions arise. Was Doggerland merely a land bridge, or was it once a center of culture and trade in Mesolithic Europe? And what lesson does its disappearance hold for us as rising sea levels threaten today's coastal cities? The story of Doggerland is not just about a lost land. It is a haunting reminder of humanity's fragility before the forces of nature, and a challenge to uncover the secrets that still lie hidden beneath the North Sea. Unfinished obelisk of Aswan. More than 3,500 years ago, in the fiery red granite quarries beside the Nile, the ancient Egyptians embarked on an ambitious mission to create a gigantic obelisk larger than any monument ever raised. But before this masterpiece could be completed, a mysterious crack forced it to be abandoned in the quarry, where it remains to this day. How could the ancients carve such a massive block of stone with only primitive tools? And why did they abandon such an ambitious project? Located in the northern quarry of Aswan, about 2 kilometers from the city center, the unfinished obelisk is the remnant of extraordinary ambition. It is believed to have been commissioned by Queen Hatshepsut during the 18th dynasty for placement at the Karnak Temple. If completed, this obelisk would have stood 41.75 meters tall, twice the height of standard obelisks like those at Karnak, and weighed about 1,200 tons, equivalent to 200 African elephants, carved directly from the red granite, the famous hard stone of Aswan. The obelisk has 3 faces already finished with smooth and precise lines. What makes this obelisk special are the clues it leaves behind about how the Egyptians carved and transported such enormous stones. Archaeologists have discovered that they used dolerite balls to pound and smooth the surfaces. To separate the obelisk from the bedrock, they drilled small holes along the cutting line and inserted dry wooden wedges, then poured water to make the wood expand and crack the stone along the intended path. A 2005 discovery at the Aswan quarry even found an unfinished obelisk base and rock carvings, suggesting this was the birthplace of many famous obelisks, such as Cleopatra's Needle in London and blocks used for the Giza pyramids. But why was this project abandoned? According to records, a major crack appeared in the granite, causing the stoneworkers to give up the endeavor. But the story does not end with a single crack. Some scholars believe the crack may have resulted from quarrying errors, or perhaps the granite in this area had natural flaws. However, older theories have surfaced. The obelisk may be connected to a catastrophic event, such as an earthquake or a major social disruption during Hatshepsut's reign. Some even speculate that this monument is the remnant of a more advanced civilization, with obelisks serving as space antennas linked to the constellations. While there is no scientific evidence for this, such ideas continue to circulate, especially as archaeologists have noted that the obelisk was designed to resemble the Ben, the primordial mound in Egyptian creation mythology, where the sun, God Adam, stood to create the world. Another mystery is the scale of the project. With a weight of 1,200 tons, this obelisk would have been the largest stone ever handled by the Egyptians. How did they plan to transport it over 200 kilometers to Karnak when the boats on the Nile could hardly bear such weight? Records suggest they used wooden rafts and took advantage of the summer floods to move the stone, but there are no specific accounts for this particular obelisk. Some scholars believe Hatshepsut's ambition may have surpassed the technical capabilities of her time. Yet, the fact that 3 sides of the obelisk were nearly finished shows they came very close to success before the crack appeared. Was there something else, such as a curse or a political event that brought the project to a halt? The unfinished obelisk of Aswan stands as a testament to the boldness of the ancient Egyptians, but it is also a reminder that even the greatest civilizations have their limits. Is the crack in the granite simply a sign of a technical mistake or a warning sent by the gods? Over the years, numerous reports and sightings have emerged from astronomers, amateur sky watchers, and even astronauts describing anomalous objects observed near the moon. These sightings range from fleeting glimpses of strange lights and shadows to detailed observations of structured craft maneuvering in proximity to the lunar surface. One notable incident occurred a few days ago when an amateur astronomer captured a mysterious object while recording a video of the moon. The individual in question was using a celestial telescope along with an astrophotography camera. They added that they could see the object from the ground without the telescope, adding that it was moving past the moon and was shining brightly. Intrigued by the sight, they quickly adjusted the camera settings and began recording the unidentified object. As it moved with graceful precision near the moon, the object's fluid movements defied conventional explanation, leaving the individual questioning what the object was. They quickly uploaded the footage to social media, where people began putting forward their theories for what it was. The reaction that followed was immediate, as hundreds of individuals responded with excitement and curiosity. People from all over the world expressed their awe and admiration for his extraordinary sighting. The eyewitness's narrative instantly caught the attention of fellow enthusiasts of celestial observation who were both fascinated and intrigued by his encounter. This unprecedented event prompted a flurry of activity among amateur astronomers, as they diligently examined the accompanying photographs and diligently sought to validate the authenticity of the sighting. The mysterious object, radiating an otherworldly glow, posed a perplexing enigma that defied easy explanation. As the conversation on the internet started to pick up speed, experts in the field of astronomy and astrophysics joined in to contribute their knowledge and insights to the investigation. They carefully examined the detailed information about the light emitted by the mysterious object and conducted thorough analyses of the neighboring celestial entities. Many said that it wasn't a balloon or a piece of space debris, while skeptics disagreed and said that this was the most likely answer. As the UFO glided across the lunar landscape, the camera captured every detail with remarkable clarity and precision. The object's shape, size, and luminosity were unlike anything some of the users had seen before, leading them to speculate about its origin and purpose. The video footage revealed what some are calling a rotating disc that could be seen emitting a bright glow, its surface shimmering with a radiance as it traversed the celestial expanse. Against the backdrop of the moon's craggy surface, the unidentified object appeared to stand out, leaving many questioning its true nature. Interestingly, this isn't the first time that amateur astronomers have captured mysterious aircrafts near the moon. Within this vast cosmic theater, sightings of unidentified flying objects have continuously intrigued and puzzled people for countless decades. Amongst these reports, one particular type of UFO stands out prominently: the enigmatic disc-shaped aircrafts. These distinct aerial objects with their smooth exterior have captured the attention of both scientists and researchers for decades. None of these unidentified objects has been observed for several decades, with hundreds of these objects being reported every year. In addition to astronaut testimonies, it seems that more and more amateur astronomers and sky watchers are capturing photographic and video evidence of unidentified objects near the moon using telescopes, cameras, and other observation equipment. These images and videos depict mysterious objects moving across the lunar surface or hovering in the vicinity of the moon, sparking speculation and debate among researchers and enthusiasts. The presence of unidentified flying objects near the moon raises profound questions about the nature of these phenomena. If these sightings are indeed genuine, they could represent evidence of advanced technology or even covert military operations beyond Earth's atmosphere. Furthermore, the proximity of UFO sightings to the moon suggests a deliberate interest or presence in Earth's celestial neighborhood, prompting speculation about the motives and intentions of these enigmatic visitors. Moreover, the implications of UFO sightings near the moon extend beyond scientific curiosity to encompass geopolitical, security, and existential concerns. The possibility of advanced extraterrestrial civilizations or unknown adversaries operating in Earth's vicinity raises questions about humanity's preparedness, resilience, and ability to respond to potential threats or encounters with unknown entities. While the existence of UFOs near the moon remains a subject of debate and speculation, several potential explanations have been proposed to account for these sightings. One hypothesis is that the sightings may be attributable to human-made spacecraft, satellites, or debris orbiting the Earth or conducting operations in cislunar space. Advances in space exploration and commercial spaceflight have led to an increase in orbital activity and the proliferation of objects in Earth's vicinity, including those capable of producing anomalous observations near the moon. Furthermore, some researchers speculate that UFO sightings near the moon could be indicative of advanced extraterrestrial technology or spacecraft visiting Earth's vicinity for unknown purposes. While this hypothesis remains speculative, it cannot be conclusively ruled out given the limitations of current scientific knowledge and observation capabilities. As advancements in technology persist to evolve, they play a crucial role in enhancing our ability to accurately record and analyze unidentified objects. Photographs and videos are progressively improving in clarity, and as an increasing number of individuals are directing their telescopes towards the sky, it seems inevitable that we will soon obtain distinct evidence showcasing the true nature of these celestial objects. The advancements in technology have led to a reduction in blurriness, allowing for sharper images and videos to capture the mysteries of the sky. Currently, a significant number of unidentified objects have been observed in proximity to the moon, leading to the characterization of this area as a hotspot by many individuals. The mystery of the Trinidad object. The UFO sightings off the coast of the island of Trinidad near Brazil have stirred significant interest, not only due to their observation by Navy personnel, but also because they were accompanied by the capture of numerous photographs of the disc-shaped object. Additionally, the authenticity of these photographs has been rigorously examined and officially recognized, confirming them as genuine depictions of an unidentified aerial phenomenon. What adds weight to these accounts from the late 1950s is that they were not solitary occurrences. Rather, they were frequently witnessed by multiple individuals, some of whom held prestigious positions within the Brazilian Navy, enhancing the credibility of these encounters. During this period, Brazil witnessed numerous fascinating UFO sightings, especially in the coastal regions facing the Atlantic Ocean. Apart from the incident near Trinidad Island, there were several other intriguing encounters that captured people's attention. These incidents, occurring in various parts of the country, also led to the documentation of photographs depicting Trinidad Island. The sightings along the Brazilian coast during this time sparked curiosity and speculation among the public and ufologists. The photographs taken during these encounters offered compelling visual evidence of unknown aerial phenomena, adding to the mystery surrounding these sightings. The observation and consequent capture of images were triggered by the implementation of initiatives in October 1957, wherein the Brazilian Navy initiated the establishment of a base on Trinidad Island for the purpose of conducting scientific investigations. This pivotal event marked the beginning of a series of documented occurrences that would revolve around the scientific activities undertaken on the island. The uninhabited island, situated approximately 600 miles off the Brazilian coast in the South Atlantic Ocean, serves as a remote yet strategic location for scientific endeavors. Researchers stationed on this island conduct a wide range of studies, encompassing oceanography, meteorology, and other scientific disciplines. The isolated nature of the island provides a unique environment for conducting in-depth research free from external disruptions. The activities would entail the daily launch of weather balloons into the upper atmosphere, which would subsequently burst, deploying research instruments to gather data during their descent back to the ground with the aid of an automatic parachute. Subsequently, personnel stationed at the base would be tasked with identifying and retrieving these instruments to facilitate the logging and examination of the obtained data in depth. This meticulous process enables the study of various atmospheric conditions and phenomena, enhancing our understanding of meteorological dynamics and aiding in the improvement of forecasting accuracy for weather events. Upon commencing the experiments, a peculiar occurrence swiftly captured the attention of the individuals engaged in the tests. They observed the sudden presence of unconventional metallic disc-shaped aircraft hovering in the vicinity of the balloons. The distinct impression was that these craft-like objects were closely observing the proceedings with great interest. In the early hours of January 1, 1958, precisely before 8 in the morning, an unexpected and radiant illumination was. What added to the mystery was the absence of the research instruments that had been on board completely missing without a trace. This perplexing turn of events left Batchelor and the onlookers in a state of disbelief and wonder, pondering the inexplicable disappearance and reappearance of the balloon with its contents mysteriously gone. Several moments elapsed before the situation took a peculiar turn, unveiling a metallic silver crescent-shaped object emerging from the cloud and swiftly navigating towards the horizon. The unexpected appearance of this anomalous entity left observers bewildered, instilling a sense of intrigue and curiosity. Just slightly more than 7 days later, the items resurfaced in the vicinity yet again. However, on this occasion, a single observer managed to document their existence through the lens of a camera. On the January 16th, around noon, the Almirante, Saldanha vessel found itself positioned off the southern coast of Trinidad, gearing up for its journey towards Rio de Janeiro. At that moment, all the crew members and a significant number of passengers aboard the boat were about to witness an intriguing and peculiar sight: a shiny object gradually making its way towards them. This occurrence captivated the attention of everyone on board, sparking a sense of curiosity and wonder among them. During the sighting of an anomalous object, a significant observer was Almira Baruna, a photographer who later recounted the event to journalist Joe Martins. As Baruna made his way to the deck on that particular afternoon, two Navy officers hurriedly approached him, urgently signaling him to look up at the sky. Amidst the flurry of activity, snippets of their conversation reached Baruna's ears, mentioning something about a luminous entity moving closer to the island. The situation was filled with a sense of urgency as the officers tried to redirect Baruna's attention, hinting at the extraordinary nature of the unidentified object. Upon initially struggling to discern the object of their fascination, the protagonist eventually grasped the significance of the sudden gleam it emanated. In a moment of realization, he became acutely aware of the proximity of the mysterious entity to the island. Its surface, reflecting the sunlight, exhibited a captivating quality akin to a subtle shimmer. With the fortuitous presence of his camera in hand, he promptly lifted it to his eye, aimed it at the mysterious vessel, and decisively clicked the shutter button to capture the scene. This sequence of events unfolded gradually, with the protagonist's growing intrigue and the captivating allure of the peculiar craft gradually coming into focus as he readied to immortalize the moment through the lens of his camera. As he clicked the initial two photographs, the mysterious object vanished from their sight, concealed behind the island's peaks for a considerable span. Upon its reappearance, it appeared significantly larger and was now traversing in the opposite direction, exhibiting a notably increased velocity. Aligning his camera once more towards the object, he managed to seize a third snapshot. Despite his efforts to capture more images, the object accelerated to such an extent that all subsequent attempts resulted in mere blurs. Concurrently, he grappled with steadying the camera as the surrounding crowd jostled and surged towards the main deck to catch a glimpse of the object themselves. As the vessel retraced its path, steering back towards the sea from where it had come, Baruna seized the opportunity to wield the camera once again. This time, with the remaining film, he aimed to immortalize the moment as the craft gradually faded into the horizon, becoming a mere speck in the vast expanse of the ocean. In his later recollection, he depicted the object as having an appearance characterized by being gray, metallic, and having a solid aspect. He elaborated by mentioning the presence of a greenish haze or mist enveloping it while in motion, and also noted the existence of a ring encircling its middle section. This detailed description sheds light on his perception of the object, emphasizing its specific visual qualities and subtle features. Following an hour, Baruna intended to have the photographs processed, but due to the absence of photographic paper on the vessel, only the negatives were accessible immediately. Initially, it seemed that the object had not been successfully captured. Nevertheless, upon closer inspection, all individuals present were able to discern the peculiar nature of the craft. This occurrence highlighted the significance of ensuring adequate supplies for capturing crucial moments, showcasing the importance of preparedness in expeditions. The development delay served as a poignant reminder of the necessity for proper equipment and materials. Upon the departure of the vessel bound for Rio de Janeiro, Baruna opted to stay on board, ensuring the negatives were in his possession. His intention was to meticulously process these images in his personal studio, after which he planned to promptly inform Commander Bakela. Following the development process, Bakela would securely transport the photographs to the Navy Ministry, and within 48 hours, return them back to Baruna. This thorough procedure ensured that the captured images were carefully handled and swiftly delivered to the appropriate authorities for review and documentation. Upon the return of the pictures, Baruna was promptly summoned to Navy headquarters for an extensive interrogation regarding the images and the sighting event. Simultaneously, thorough examinations were conducted on the pictures to detect any signs of manipulation or tampering, but none were found, leading the Navy to certify their authenticity. Following this verification process, the pictures were released to the press, officially marking their public debut. The sequence of events unfolded swiftly, with each step meticulously documented and scrutinized to ensure the accuracy and credibility of the photographs. In the aftermath, a whirlwind of media attention swirled around the quest for details regarding the reported sighting, leading to a flurry of interviews with the eyewitnesses. Moreover, the incident piqued the curiosity of a diverse group of UFO investigators, among whom was Olavo Fontes. Fontes came into the spotlight after being informed by an undisclosed informant within the Brazilian Navy that their radar had detected an unidentified object traversing the area just a day before. This disclosure not only intensified the investigation, but also fueled speculations and discussions among UFO enthusiasts and experts alike, adding layers of complexity to the unfolding mystery. In a riveting turn of events, there was yet another intriguing sighting of an object that bore a striking resemblance to the one observed from the deck of the Almirante Saldanha, and this particular sighting took place less than 10 hours prior, approximately at 2:30 in the early hours of the day in question. Dr. Ezio Azevedo Fundao, the chief of surgery at a hospital in Rio, caught sight of the mysterious object off the coastline in the direction of Trindade Island, accompanied by his family members. Adding to the mystery, simultaneously, multiple crew members aboard the Tridenti Navy vessel also spotted an identical object at the same location. This series of sightings has sparked significant curiosity and speculation within these closely linked occurrences, raising questions that linger in the minds of those involved. The synchronicity of these sightings witnessed by distinct individuals in separate locations, yet at the same time, has created a compelling narrative that has piqued the interest of both observers and analysts. As time progressed and additional individuals stepped forward to provide testimonies, a wealth of new details gradually emerged from the contents of newspapers, making their way into the public domain. This unfolding saga, unfolded as a myriad of voices, added layers of depth to the ongoing narrative. During the reported UFO sighting, a significant anomaly occurred where the majority of the ship's navigation tools malfunctioned alongside a breakdown in communication systems. Borana, the eyewitness, revealed in a later interview that right before the appearance of the shiny metallic object, all power on board the ship abruptly shut down. Intriguingly, the naval authorities chose to stay silent on this particular development during the incident. This detail was deemed a top-secret fact by the author of the article, Paulo Campos, shedding light on the mysterious and unexplained occurrences surrounding the encounter. The unavailability of any official comments from the Navy regarding the power outage adds to the strange nature of the incident, leaving room for speculation and curiosity, further deepening the mystique and complexity of the event. The ongoing saga remained a subject of intense interest for both UFO enthusiasts and the broader Brazilian populace. Nevertheless, it was not until several years later, specifically in 1964, that additional details would come to light, being disclosed through leaked documents to the esteemed researcher and investigator, Carl Lawrenson. This prolonged mystery captivated not only the UFO community, but also garnered the attention of the general public in Brazil. The official Navy documents, as disclosed through a report commissioned by the House of Representatives previously kept confidential, reached the definitive conclusion that the Observations and photographic evidence suggest the possibility of the presence of unidentified aerial phenomena. This analysis delves deeply into the implications of these findings, shedding light on the existence of mysterious aerial objects that defy conventional explanations. Intriguing turn of events is noteworthy to mention that shortly before these documents were passed on to Lawrencian, a Brahmin. Kailasa Temple. Thousands of years ago, when humanity still knew nothing of modern machines, a miracle of architecture was carved out of solid rock in India. Kailasa Temple, hidden within the Ellora cave complex, is not only a monumental structure, but also a mystery that challenges everything we think we know about the capabilities of ancient people. Nestled in the Sharanandri Hills of Maharashtra, India, Kailasa Temple is the largest monolithic stone structure in the world, unlike the Egyptian pyramids, which were built from millions of blocks stacked together. Kailasa was carved entirely from a single massive basalt rock, its dimensions twice that of the Parthenon in Athens. The structure stands over 30 meters high, stretches 300 meters long, and spans 175 meters wide, all surrounded by a U-shaped courtyard plunging 50 meters deep. What astonishes people most is the method of construction. The craftsmen started from the mountaintop and cut downward, a technique that goes against all conventional building practices. They removed more than 400,000 tons of rock using nothing but simple hammers and chisels, creating a temple with unbelievably intricate carvings. Every corner of Kailasa Temple is a work of art. The stone walls are covered with carvings depicting Shiva, Vishnu, and other deities. One of the most outstanding reliefs shows the demon king Ravana trying to lift Mount Kailasa, the abode of Shiva, which is considered a masterpiece of Indian art. Archaeologists have even discovered more than 30 million Sanskrit characters carved into the rock, most of which remain untranslated. Could these inscriptions be hiding a message from the past? According to historians, Kailasa Temple was built in the 8th century under the reign of King Krishna, the first of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. A local legend tells that the queen prayed to Shiva to cure her husband's illness and vowed to fast until she could see the temple's tower completed. To save her, an architect named Kakasa promised to finish the top of the temple within a week by starting to carve from the top down. This legend may be only folklore, but one thing is certain. The Kailasa Temple was completed at a staggering pace in just 18 years. How could such a gigantic structure have been finished so quickly with the technology of that era? But the mystery does not end there. Some researchers believe Kailasa may be far older than we think. Could a civilization more than 1,200 years ago really achieve such a feat with only hammers and chisels? Some bold theories propose that the temple could be the product of a forgotten, advanced civilization, or even linked to technologies far beyond our understanding. Traces of drilling on the stone and almost perfectly straight cuts have led some to speculate about the involvement of alien technology. Another theory suggests that Kailasa was the result of large-scale collaboration between artisans from many different regions. Archaeologists believe that craftsmen from the Chalukya and Pallava dynasties contributed South Indian architectural styles to the project. Yet even this theory cannot explain why there are no traces of large construction tools or nearby quarry sites. Was the knowledge required to build Kailasa passed down through generations, or was it lost along with its creators? Strangely enough, Kailasa Temple was once nearly destroyed. In the 17th century, the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb ordered 1,000 men to demolish the temple. After 3 years of effort, they succeeded only making a few scratches and destroying some small statues before giving up. The hardness of the basalt and the solidity of the structure made this attempt a complete failure. Kailasa Temple stands as a testament to human power and creativity, or perhaps to something even greater. But like many other mysteries in history, Kailasa keeps its secrets locked away, challenging us to continue searching for the truth hidden deep within the stone. Lost Library of Alexandria. Situated in the heart of Alexandria, a city founded by Alexander the Great around 330 BC, the Library of Alexandria was the intellectual center of the ancient world. Built during the reign of Ptolemy I, Soteri, and reaching its height under Ptolemy II Philadelphus in the 3rd century BC. This library was part of the Mausion, the Temple of the Muses, where the greatest scholars, poets, and scientists of the time gathered. It is estimated that the library housed between 200,000 and 700,000 papyrus scrolls, including the works of Homer, Plato, Aristotle, and countless other texts from Greece, Persia, Egypt, and India. Not merely a repository, the Mausion was a vibrant academic community where Euclid laid the foundations of geometry. Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the earth with remarkable precision, and Archimedes invented creations that changed the world. But what made the Library of Alexandria truly special was not just the sheer number of books. The Ptolemaic dynasty sent people all over the world to collect manuscripts, even borrowing books from ships docking at the port to copy them before returning. The library had a team of renowned librarians, such as Aristarchus of Samothrace, who standardized the text of Homer. The scrolls were carefully organized, translated into Greek, and stored in marble-floored rooms. Today, however, no architectural traces of the library remain, and what we know of it is pieced together only from ancient records. So what destroyed this great treasure trove of knowledge? The story of the Library of Alexandria's downfall is shrouded in legend and controversy. Many believe that a devastating fire destroyed the entire library, but the truth is far more complex. One of the first suspects is Julius Caesar. In 48 BC, during his war with Pompey, Caesar ordered the burning of Egyptian ships in the port of Alexandria. The fire spread to the shore, destroying part of the city and, according to some accounts, burning as many as 40,000 scrolls. Yet, historians such as Strabo, who visited Alexandria afterward, still describe the library as a surviving institution, suggesting it was not completely destroyed. Another theory involves the 4th century AD, when Christianity became the official religion of the Roman Empire. Emperor Theodosius issued a decree to destroy pagan temples, including the Serapeum, a temple in Alexandria that housed the daughter library of the main library. Some even blame the Muslim conquest in 642 AD with the story that General Amr ibn al-As burned the books to heat the city's baths. However, this account appears only in 13th century Islamic texts, leading many scholars to doubt its authenticity. Modern historians believe that the Library of Alexandria gradually declined over many centuries. From the 2nd century BC, the Ptolemaic dynasty weakened and support for the library diminished. Wars, internal strife, and Alexandria's decline, as a cultural center, all contributed to the library's fall into oblivion. So what did we lose? No one knows for sure, but the decline of the Library of Alexandria is considered one of the greatest intellectual disasters in history. The works of Sappho, Euclid, or Aristotle may have been lost as unique originals. Some speculate that the library contained texts on mathematics, astronomy, or engineering that could have accelerated scientific progress if preserved. Bolder theories suggest the library held knowledge from even older civilizations, such as Babylon, or from legendary civilizations now forgotten. But some believe that many important works were copied and preserved in other libraries before the Great Library's fall. If those papyrus scrolls had survived, would we now be living in a more advanced world? Or have their secrets been passed on, hidden in other libraries, still waiting to be discovered? According to one worker, They reported that many crew members aboard whale research ships have reported seeing massive creatures on the icy continent. Reports detail that when approaching Antarctica, crew members will report seeing crab or large, spider-like creatures walking across the snow and having colors that help them blend into the surroundings. As their vessels begin to approach Antarctica, they quickly realize that the large masses on top of the ice are not part of the landscape, but are real creatures that quickly move away as they approach. These creatures are described as being a few inches to several feet in length, and other eyewitnesses have often reported that the creature was originally mistaken as being a rock. But as they ventured closer, they could see legs, a rounded body, eyes, and a mouth. Oddly enough, around the same time as these creatures were being reported, crew members aboard Japanese whale research ships stated that humanoid creatures were seen close to land, later referred to as the Ningen by the Japanese crew. These creatures are believed to be some form of Antarctic humans that are impossible to understand. To this day, evidence is hard to come by, and it continues to be a mystery of the Japanese crews that experience these occurrences on a nearly daily basis. Conflicting theories surrounding the creatures have popped up in recent years. Those on board the whale research ships have said the spider creatures are hard to identify, mainly because they blend in so well with the background, further noting that the majority of the time they get mistaken for things like rocks. As of right now, those who've worked in the region are sure that they encountered something mysterious, and state that because Antarctica is such a hard place to study, there could be various species unknown to science living throughout the region. The photograph sparked a discussion on social media, with a user expressing that it bore a striking resemblance to an experience their father had while in Antarctica. The individual mentioned that their father, a doctor stationed in Antarctica in the 1990s, highlighted the presence of multiple restricted zones within the region that are off limits for visitors. These restricted areas were emphasized to be strictly prohibited from access and exploration due to their sensitive nature and potential risks associated with venturing into these zones. The doctor detailed that there are specific areas that have been designated as off-limits to the public, leading to speculation about what secrets may lie hidden within. These restricted areas, often guarded by military personnel and surrounded by high security fences, fuel rumors of covert operations, scientific experiments, and even advanced encounters. Official explanations cite environmental protection and scientific research as the primary reasons for restricting access. The doctor said that there is more to the story than meets the eye. According to the doctor, who worked in the area for over 10 years, he stated that mysterious creatures have been found within these zones, along with the continent being home to hidden bases and research facilities, where advanced technology is being studied and tested. The man added that the rumors are true of advanced technology and secret experiments being conducted in Antarctica's restricted areas. He also said that the facilities he visited are also used for testing classified weapon systems, experiments, or even developing exotic technology. Although he said that such claims may seem far-fetched, he pointed out the history of military involvement in Antarctica, adding that these missions lend credence to the idea that the continent has been used as a testing ground for secret military projects. Although he pointed out that advanced technology has been found in Antarctica and is actively being studied there, he said it's important to highlight that many of Antarctica's restricted areas are indeed used for legitimate scientific research and environmental protection efforts. However, the doctor said that the remote and inhospitable nature of Antarctica also makes it an ideal location for conducting research that may be controversial. Antarctica, the Earth's southernmost continent, has long been a source of fascination and intrigue due to its remote location, extreme conditions, and the mysteries that lie beneath its icy surface. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in reports of unidentified objects spotted above Antarctica. These sightings have fueled speculation about advanced activity, secret military bases, and hidden ancient civilizations. Just recently, someone on social media reported that they found a large object embedded in the snow, saying that a large trail could be seen behind the object, and suggested that whatever this thing is could have crash-landed. The user who found the photograph said that they've spent countless hours looking across Antarctica in the hopes of finding something strange. The object appears to be in the shape of a disc, with the user saying that when they measured the object, it was just over 10 meters, but noted that the trail that can be seen directly behind the object measured in at over 250 meters. As of right now, there's not much to go by, but those who've seen this image have said that it's of the clearest. Photographs of a mysterious object found in Antarctica and could be evidence of a mysterious downed aircraft. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that an object like this has been found embedded in the snow, and it's caused researchers into the unknown to suggest that something strange may be going on down in Antarctica. Reports of mysterious sightings above Antarctica date back to the early 20th century, when explorers and scientists first began conducting expeditions on the continent. One of the earliest recorded accounts comes from the 1947 Operation High Jump, a United States Navy expedition led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd. During the operation, some crew members reported seeing unidentified objects moving at high speeds and performing unusual maneuvers. These sightings were never officially acknowledged by the United States government, and no concrete evidence was found to substantiate the claims. In more recent years, there have been numerous anecdotal accounts of sightings from scientists and personnel stationed at research bases across Antarctica. These accounts often describe unusual lights, metallic objects, and unexplained aerial phenomena observed in the skies above the continent. The advent of satellite technology and the availability of high-resolution imagery have provided researchers and enthusiasts with new tools to investigate sightings above Antarctica. In several instances, strange structures and objects have been identified in satellite images, fueling speculation about mysterious bases or secret military installations. While some of these findings have been debunked as natural geological formations or optical illusions, others remain unexplained and continue to generate debate among researchers and enthusiasts. The mysterious nature of sightings above Antarctica has led to various theories and conjectures. Some believe that these sightings are evidence of advanced activity, with Antarctica being a strategic location for bases due to its remote and inhospitable environment. Others suggest that these mysterious objects may be linked to secret military operations or advanced experimental aircraft being tested in the isolated region. Another popular theory posits that Antarctica is home to a hidden ancient civilization, or remnants of advanced technology from a long-lost era. Proponents of this theory often point to anomalies in satellite images and unexplained structures as evidence for their claims. Investigating these sightings above Antarctica presents a unique set of challenges for researchers. The harsh climate, limited access, and logistical difficulties make conducting field investigations extremely difficult. Additionally, the continent's remote location and limited infrastructure often hinder communication and the sharing of information. Furthermore, the lack of corroborating evidence, such as photographs or videos, makes it difficult to verify anecdotal accounts of sightings. Finally, the secrecy surrounding military operations and the reluctance of governments to disclose information related to mysterious aircrafts create additional obstacles for researchers attempting to uncover the truth behind these phenomena. As of right now, the mysterious sightings above Antarctica have captivated researchers, enthusiasts, and the general public alike. While many questions remain unanswered, These enigmatic occurrences have fueled intriguing theories and speculation about mysterious activity, secret military operations, and hidden ancient civilizations. As technology continues to advance and access to Antarctica improves, researchers may find new ways to investigate these sightings and unravel the mysteries of the frozen continent. Until then, sightings above Antarctica will continue to captivate our imagination and challenge our understanding of the unknown. Over the years, various stories have been shared by people who've explored this area, and one of these comes from a seasoned captain. In the year 1911, Captain Edward Sullivan, a seasoned explorer and cartographer, embarked on a daring expedition to the Antarctic continent. His goal was to map uncharted territories and uncover the secrets hidden beneath the ice. Little did he know that he would encounter a phenomenon that would challenge his understanding of the world and leave him questioning the limits of human knowledge. Captain Sullivan's journey began with a small crew, each member handpicked for their skills and expertise in navigating the harsh Antarctic environment. Among them was a young and ambitious astronomer named Robert Fitzgerald, who sought to observe the pristine night sky, unblemished by the light pollution of the. As the days turned into weeks, the expedition pushed further into the icy wilderness. Captain Sullivan and his crew faced treacherous conditions, battling fierce winds and freezing temperatures. Despite the harsh environment, the team remained undeterred, driven by their shared passion for exploration and discovery. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the Antarctic sky was illuminated by a stunning aurora. The crew gathered on the deck of their ship to marvel at the breathtaking display of swirling colors. It was then that Robert, gazing through his telescope, noticed an unusual object hovering in the sky. He told the captain to look in the direction of where the object was. And as Captain Sullivan peered through the telescope, he was astonished by what he saw. There, amidst the dancing lights of the aurora, was a metallic object, unlike any he had ever seen. It seemed to defy the laws of physics, moving gracefully through the air as if unbound by the constraints of gravity. For several nights, the object appeared in the sky, each time performing an array of inexplicable maneuvers before vanishing as suddenly as it had appeared. Captain Sullivan and his crew debated the nature of the mysterious object, with some suggesting it was secret military aircraft, while others believed it to be an advanced craft from a distant world. Determined to uncover the truth, Captain Sullivan devised a plan to approach the object and attempt to communicate with its occupants. As night fell, the crew prepared a series of signal flares, hoping to attract the attention of the enigmatic visitors. When the object reappeared in the sky, Captain Sullivan and his crew launched the flares in a synchronized pattern. To their amazement, the object seemed to respond, emitting a series of bright flashes that mirrored the crew's signal. In the days that followed, Captain Sullivan and his crew continued to communicate with the object, exchanging light signals in a language that transcended words. With each interaction, the crew grew more convinced that they were witnessing a phenomenon far beyond human comprehension. As the expedition neared its end, Captain Sullivan decided to document the encounter in his journal, detailing the strange object and its otherworldly behavior. However, fearing ridicule and disbelief from his peers, he vowed to keep the discovery a secret, known only to the members of his crew. Years later, as Captain Sullivan lay on his deathbed, he entrusted the journal to his closest confidant, Robert Fitzgerald. With a heavy heart, he implored the young astronomer to share the story of their encounter with the world, in the hope that future generations might seek the truth and unravel the enigma of the Antarctic skies. And so, the tale of Captain Edward Sullivan and his crew passed into legend, a testament to the boundless curiosity of the human spirit and the mysteries that lie beyond the reach of our understanding. Antarctica, Earth's southernmost continent, has long captivated the imagination of scientists, explorers, and the general public due to its vast frozen landscape and the secrets that lie beneath its icy surface. One such enigma is the Mystique, a gravitational anomaly located beneath Wilkes Land, a large region in East Antarctica. This massive anomaly has been the subject of extensive research and speculation, with theories ranging from the remnants of an ancient civilization to a massive impact crater. The Wilkes Land anomaly was first identified in the early 2000s, when researchers from The Ohio State University detected unusual gravitational fluctuations while analyzing data from NASA's Gravity, Recovery, and Climate Experiment satellites. The gravity measurements revealed a massive circular structure beneath the ice, approximately 300 miles in diameter and located more than a mile below the surface. This enigmatic feature immediately caught the attention of scientists worldwide, who sought to determine the cause of the gravitational disturbance and the nature of the hidden structure. Since its discovery, numerous scientific expeditions and research projects have been conducted to investigate the Wilkes Land anomaly. Using advanced technologies such as airborne radar and satellite imagery, researchers have been able to study the subglacial structure in greater detail. Despite these efforts, many aspects of the anomaly remain elusive, and the exact nature of the structure is still a subject of debate among scientists. One of the most significant findings came from a study conducted in February 2006 by a team of researchers, led by Ralph von Fries and Larmy Potts. Analyzing the gravity and magnetic data from the region, they proposed that the anomaly was caused by a massive impact crater formed by an asteroid collision approximately 250 million years ago. According to their research, the impact event may have contributed to the largest mass extinction in Earth's history, known as the Permian-Triassic extinction event, during which nearly 90% of all species on Earth perished. While the impact crater theory has gained significant traction within the scientific community, alternative theories have also been proposed to explain the Wilkes Land anomaly. Some researchers suggest that the gravitational disturbance could be the result of a massive volcanic structure or a cluster of smaller volcanic formations beneath the ice. This theory is supported by the fact that Antarctica is home to numerous subglacial volcanoes and geothermal hotspots. Another theory popular among researchers into the unknown is that the Wilkes Land anomaly could be the remnants of an ancient civilization or advanced technological structure. Proponents of this theory often point to the anomaly's circular shape and seemingly artificial appearance as evidence for their claims. While this theory has not gained widespread acceptance within the scientific community, it continues to fuel speculation and debate among those interested in the mysteries of Antarctica. The Wilkes Land anomaly is a fascinating enigma that has captured the attention of scientists and the public alike. Its discovery has sparked extensive research and investigation. Yet many aspects of the anomaly remain shrouded in mystery. As technology advances and our understanding of Antarctica's geology and history deepens, researchers may one day unlock the secrets of the Wilkes Land anomaly and unravel the mysteries hidden beneath the Antarctic ice. Until then, this enigmatic feature will continue to challenge our understanding of the Earth and its past, and serve as a reminder of the unexplored frontiers that still await discovery. Roman dodecahedrons, since their first discovery in 1739 at Aston, England, more than 130 Roman dodecahedrons have been found across northwestern Europe, from England, France, and Germany to Hungary and Switzerland. But strangely, not a single one has ever been found in the heart of Rome itself. These objects, most often made from bronze alloys, have a 12-sided regular shape, with each face being a pentagon featuring a circular hole in the center, with the size of the holes ranging from 6 millimeters to 40 millimeters at every corner. There is a small knob protruding outward, as if each piece was meticulously cast for a special purpose. Their sizes range from as small as a golf ball to as large as a grapefruit, with weights varying from 35 grams to over 1 kilogram. What makes these dodecahedrons remarkable is the sophistication of their craftsmanship. Casting such a complex object in the 2nd to 4th centuries AD would have required advanced metallurgical skills and significant resources, suggesting that these were not ordinary items. Many dodecahedrons have been found together with hoards of coins, indicating that they held considerable value for their owners. Yet, when it comes to practical use, they do not seem to be working tools. So what exactly were they? Dozens of theories have been proposed to unravel this mystery, but none has ever been proven. One of the most popular ideas is that dodecahedrons may have been religious objects or used in rituals, especially within the Gallo-Roman culture, where Romans interacted with Celtic tribes in northern Europe. Some archaeologists believe they were used in magical or prophetic ceremonies, possibly kept secret because Roman law under Christianity banned such magical practices. The fact that a dodecahedron was discovered in the tomb of a woman in Belgium and near a horseman's statue in Norton, Disney, lends further weight to this theory. Could these objects have been a medium for communication with the gods? Another theory proposes that dodecahedrons were measuring tools, perhaps used to calculate distance on the battlefield or measure the angle of sunlight for agriculture. However, the lack of standardization in the size and holes of these objects casts doubt on this explanation. The mystery deepens when considering their absence in Roman records. Not a single document or illustration ever mentions dodecahedrons. Were they so common that no one bothered to write about them? Or were they so secret that only a select few ever knew of their existence? Some researchers even speculate that they may have been related to forbidden rituals, which would explain why they appear only in the outskirts of the empire. Today, Roman dodecahedrons are scattered across museums throughout Europe, from the Lincoln Museum in England to the Gallo-Roman Museum in Belgium, each one a reminder of the secrets the Roman Empire took with it. Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947, a Bedouin shepherd boy, while searching for a lost goat near Qumran on the West Bank, accidentally threw a stone into a cave and heard the sound of pottery breaking. Inside, he discovered clay jars containing nearly intact scrolls made of parchment and papyrus. Archaeologists and Bedouins explored 11 caves near Qumran, unearthing around 981 manuscripts comprising more than 25,000 fragments, representing 800 original works. These scrolls date from the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD, making them the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible and other religious texts ever discovered. The Dead Sea Scrolls include 2 main categories. About 40% are biblical manuscripts containing nearly every book of the Hebrew Bible. The remainder are non-biblical texts, including 30% sectarian writings such as the Community Rule, the War Scroll, and commentaries on the Book of Habakkuk, along with 30% documents from the Second Temple period, such as the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees. One of the strangest manuscripts is the Copper Scroll, which lists 64 locations of hidden gold and silver. But who created these scrolls, and why were they hidden? Many scholars believe they were the product of the Essenes, a Jewish sect, living an austere life near Qumran. However, some argue that the scrolls may be a collection from Jerusalem's libraries, hidden in the caves to protect them from destruction during the Jewish revolt against Rome. This revolt led to the destruction of the Second Temple, and perhaps the scrolls were concealed to safeguard sacred knowledge from falling into enemy hands. What makes the Dead Sea Scrolls truly remarkable is how they challenge our understanding of the Bible. Before their discovery, the oldest known copy of the Hebrew Bible was the Leningrad Codex from 1008 AD. The scrolls are 1,000 years older, revealing a striking similarity to the later Masoretic text, confirming the care with which Jewish scribes preserved the scriptures. But the mystery does not end there. Some bold theories suggest the scrolls may contain forbidden secrets, teachings or prophecies that religious leaders of the time deemed dangerous. Some have even speculated that the scrolls may be connected to the secret doctrines of Jewish sects, possibly influencing early Christian followers, such as John the Baptist, whose purification rites resembled those of the Essenes. Another question is why the scrolls were hidden in sealed jars. Were they protected from war, or did they represent teachings intended only for a chosen few? There are no contemporary records explaining the reason, and the caves contain no tools or traces of daily life. It is possible that this act of concealment was related to the Jewish practice of Geniza, in which sacred but worn texts were buried to avoid desecration. Mojave Desert, characterized by its expansive arid lands and challenging topography, has continuously captivated the interest of thrill-seekers and pioneers throughout history. Deep within this barren wilderness exists a concealed gem awaiting discovery, the elusive M Cave, a mysterious geological marvel veiled in secrecy and conjecture. This vast desert region, known for its unforgiving terrain and extreme climate, has beckoned adventurers and researchers alike to unravel the mysteries concealed within its confines. The Mojave Desert has been a captivating destination for many throughout history, attracting individuals driven by a sense of adventure and a desire to unveil the unknown. Its unforgiving weather conditions and challenging landscape have dissuaded all except the bravest explorers, resulting in vast stretches of this desert remaining untouched and undiscovered. Over the centuries, the Mojave has stood as a formidable natural barrier, discouraging extensive human presence and leaving much of its terrain shrouded in mystery. Fueled by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and unwavering determination to unravel the mysteries concealed within the desolate expanse, our main character ventured into the realm of cutting-edge technology to quench his curiosity. With just a computer and an internet connection at his disposal, he commenced an immersive digital exploration through the vast terrain using the sophisticated tools of Google Earth, diligently scrutinizing the high-resolution satellite images. He meticulously searched for intricate details and subtle indications that could potentially guide him to undiscovered treasures lying beneath the unforgiving layers of sand in the arid landscape. Upon reviewing satellite imagery of the Mojave Desert, an individual dedicated considerable time to scrutinizing the vast terrain, eventually fixating on a unique geological formation, an unmistakable M-shaped pattern embedded within the rugged expanse. Captivated by the strange nature of this peculiar site, he honed in on it, delving deeper into its intricacies in a bid to uncover the secrets shrouded within the profound history of this geological construct. The man was taken aback when he made a surprising revelation about the peculiar misshaped formation in the desert. It was not merely a random occurrence in nature. He hypothesized that it served as the gateway to a concealed cave nestled among the rugged features of the desert landscape. Filled with anticipation and eagerness stemming from his newfound knowledge, he expressed his intention to embark on a journey to explore the secrets harbored within the depths of this mysterious M-cave. The thought of unraveling the mysteries hidden within the confines of the cave stirred a sense of curiosity and adventure within him, igniting a desire to delve into the unknown and uncover the ancient secrets that lay shrouded within its rocky embrace. He expressed his intention to capture images and record videos of his discoveries, showcasing a dedication to documenting his findings comprehensively. Upon viewing the photographs, numerous individuals expressed curiosity about the eventual outcome and requested regular updates from the man regarding his discoveries. Their interest was piqued, leading them to seek information. on the progress and results unfolding from the captured images. These individuals eagerly awaited further details and developments, showing a keen desire to stay informed about the man's mission. Some individuals may not be acquainted with the story surrounding Kenny, the initial hiker who went missing during his search for the cave. According to certain sources, Kenny supposedly came across the mysterious M cave, rumored to serve as a covert passageway to a highly classified military installation, which might explain his sudden disappearance. This intriguing narrative suggests a deeper connection between Kenny's vanishing and the discovery of a clandestine entrance to a top-secret military facility. The unexplained disappearance of Kenny Veach. Kenny Veach was a 47-year-old avid hiker of the Mojave Desert in Nevada. On November 10, 2014, he told his family he planned to go on a 2-day hike in the mountains and look for a cave. He never returned. Veach was an experienced hiker who often took solo trips to explore the Mojave and Great Basin deserts of Nevada and California, respectively. He was a minimalist or ultralight hiker. Even though he would camp out for days at a time, he only ever brought the bare minimum of supplies. He rarely brought a GPS, compass, or map. Although he had successfully completed many hikes in his lifetime in that manner, it is still an incredibly reckless way to hike. Veach had a YouTube channel under the name Snake Bit Maggie, where he had uploaded a few videos, but mostly used it to watch and comment on others. His channel name came from his tendency to pick up snakes whenever he found them. He was bitten by a rattlesnake, which is where his tag name came from. On June 2014, he commented on a video titled, "Son of an Area 51 Technician." In his comment, he stated that he had found an M-shaped cave about 7 miles out from Nellis Air Force Base in the Sheep Mountains, which are north of Las Vegas, Nevada. He explained that he was an experienced hiker who regularly found abandoned mine shafts and explored them, picked up rattlesnakes for fun, solo hiked across mountains Odo would fear to go, and even came close to Area 51. Despite all this, he never went into the M cave. He claimed that as he began to enter the hidden cave, his entire body began to vibrate. The further in he went, the worse the shaking became. He suddenly grew very scared and quickly ran out of the cave and hiked back to his car. His comments sparked an interest with others, who encouraged Veach to go out and discover the cave again, this time filming the entire hike. He agreed and left to find it a second time, carrying along with him a video camera and a 9mm handgun. He posted a video of his hike, but unfortunately was unable to find the mystery cave. The viewers criticized him and provoked him to go out a third time. On November 10, 2014, he left for an overnight trip, but never came back. After 2 days and no return, his family contacted authorities, who conducted a search. In the beginning of the video he had previously posted, he stood by an abandoned mine shaft while narrating his mission details. It was at that mine shaft that search and rescue found his cell phone. 10 days after the search began, over 30 search and rescue volunteers conducted 3 separate searches and a helicopter flyover to no avail. The trail went cold after that. Many conspiracy theories cropped up. Did he fall down the mine shaft? Or had he stumbled upon a hidden entrance to Area 51 and discovered a dangerous military secret? Was he just a reckless hiker who injured himself? Or did he reach the M cave and find something ominous inside? A woman claiming to be his girlfriend later posted a comment on his last video that stated she did not believe he had had an accident. She explained that he had been suffering from depression for some time and had quit his job the year prior. So she argued that he had most likely taken his own life. So far, no conclusion has yet to be drawn about Kenny Veach's mysterious disappearance. Interestingly, someone on social media came forward and said that they found the entrance to the cave, noting that when you look at it from above, the M shape can easily be seen. They said the following: people's view may be obstructed, or they may have walked past it without realizing. Some of these cave systems are hidden, and unless you happen to be looking at it from the right angle, the cave's entrance could take on a completely different appearance. It is difficult to provide an exact number of caves in the Mojave Desert, as many are still unexplored and undocumented. However, it is estimated that there are hundreds of caves located throughout the Mojave Desert region, spanning across California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. Many of these caves are located in remote and difficult-to-reach areas, and some have been designated as protected areas due to the presence of sensitive or endangered species within them. The actual number of caves in the Mojave Desert may never be known due to the vast and rugged terrain of the region. The man said that the area is hard to reach and doesn't even know if it's visible from the ground. However, they did say in another comment that they want to go out there and investigate it for themselves, saying that they might bring their drone with them in order to help identify where this particular cave is. Kenny said the following about the mysterious cave. Old animal. Traps. I hike over mountaintop after mountaintop and sleep on peaks under the stars. Sometimes I have to scale giant cliffs to get myself out of a jam, but I always make it back. I'm beat up and tired, and my pack is almost always heavier than when I left. I had to be rescued only one time by a helicopter. I'd blown out my left leg at the top of the mountain, and I only had a cup of water left to get me 20 miles back to my truck. I am the girlfriend that Kenny spoke of in the video. There are so many posts, and I had no idea until a friend let me know. So many people are wondering what happened and guessing different things. You are heartfelt about the sadness around what has happened with Kenny. He is not being found, and I feel that he probably will not be found for many months, if ever. I want to share what I know and feel about what happened so that you might bring some closure and understanding in your own. Kenny absolutely loved hiking in the desert. It was his very favorite thing to do. We hiked and camped together all over the Nevada desert, sometimes 9 hours in a day. We found many abandoned mining towns, usually referred to as ghost towns by Nevada hikers. We explored many caves and mine shafts. We were always careful how we explored them, but Kenny was a bit more daring than I was. We wore snake guards, sun-protective clothing, used walking sticks, brought enough water and food for the hiking hours, had extra water and food in the car. I want you to know that I do not think Kenny had an accident. I believe he took his life. He battled for many years and would not take medication or see a doctor. He quit his job a little more than a year before he disappeared. The search for him was started within a couple days of my call. Over 30 search and rescue team members searched 3 different times on foot. 1 helicopter flyover was done, and there was no trace of Kenny or any of his camping things, end quote. Although many users believe that these comments were the real deal, others said that it could have been some random person posting about Kenny, and said that there's no way of identifying whether this person is genuine, and stated that they could have just created an account. Oddly enough, it's reported that hikers have found various strange caves throughout the United States. But Park rangers have come forward and said that he most likely didn't prepare for the hike, or that the comments from his girlfriend were true, and that he headed into the desert and ended things. The Mojave Desert is considered dangerous for several reasons. Firstly, the desert is extremely hot and dry, with temperatures that can easily reach well over 100 degrees during the day and drop to below freezing at night. This can cause dehydration, heat stroke, and other heat-related illnesses for those who are not properly prepared. Additionally, the Mojave Desert is home to several venomous animals, including rattlesnakes, scorpions, and spiders. Hikers and visitors to the area should take precautions to avoid contact with these animals and seek medical attention. If bitten, The desert is also vast and rugged, with many remote areas that are difficult to access and lacking in water sources. This can make it easy for hikers and visitors to become lost or stranded, leading to potentially life-threatening situations. Finally, the Mojave Desert is home to military bases and testing sites, some of which may be off-limits to the public. Visitors should be aware of these areas and avoid trespassing, as they may face legal consequences or encounter hazardous materials or weapons. Retired U.S. Lieutenant General William Jerry Boykin, who previously led the U.S. Army's esteemed and clandestine Delta Force, has recently come forward with compelling evidence regarding the presence of UFOs and jinn in the airspace above Somalia. Lieutenant General Boykin's revelations shed light on an intriguing intersection between unidentified aerial phenomena and mystical entities. The team members provided detailed accounts of engaging in a confrontation with these unidentified entities, successfully obtaining photographic proof of encountering either a jinn or an unidentified flying object. The incident involved a firefight, and the individual mentioned the ability to capture compelling evidence of the encounter. In the heart of Somalia, a country steeped in a turbulent history of conflict and adversity, our narrative unfolds against a backdrop of enduring challenges and resilience. Amidst the harsh and barren terrains, where remnants of past civilizations stand as silent witnesses, myths and legends of jinn, mysterious creatures from Arabian folklore, resonate through the whispers carried by the winds, evoking a blend of dread and intrigue. The group of military personnel, comprising experienced warriors who have faced numerous battlefields and turbulent situations, shared that they had been assigned a clandestine mission located in the remote core of Somalia. Their mission involves navigating through complex and dangerous terrain, working under the veil of secrecy to achieve their objectives. Upon advancing further into the unfriendly territory, the soldiers start to notice a growing feeling of apprehension that permeates the atmosphere with a tangible heaviness. Their footsteps echo against the rugged landscape, each one a solemn reminder of the risks inherent in their mission. In a mysterious turn of events, peculiar incidents such as unexplained noises, transient silhouettes, and disconcerting apparitions disturb their peace, intensifying rumors of age-old superstitions and obscure tales that have faded into obscurity. Particular event: the soldiers encountered what they described as a jinn, mystical entities believed to be composed of fire and smoke veiled in darkness. The soldiers found themselves in direct confrontation with these elusive beings, sparking a blend of fear and fascination within their ranks. With a mesmerizing glow emanating from their eyes, the jinn emerge in front of the observers, their figures transforming and wavering akin to illusions in the intense heat of the desert. In a state of disbelief and fear, the recently retired military leader found himself in a perplexing situation where he was able to take a picture of one of these mysterious entities. He described how this otherworldly being seemed to have the extraordinary ability to leave an indelible mark in the sky, almost as if it had ripped open a portal in our reality. This encounter left the general puzzled, awestruck, grappling with the inexplicable phenomena he had witnessed. Amid this otherworldly experience, the soldiers gradually grasp that their purpose transcends mere physical combat. It entails confronting entities that exceed human understanding. They find themselves caught in a realm where the boundaries between what is known and what is beyond reach blur, challenging not only their physical prowess, but also their mental fortitude. The jinn, mystical entities steeped in the law of the desert, hold within them a profound reservoir of wisdom and might that surpasses the understanding of ordinary humans. Their very existence signals a momentous event that defies the constraints of both time and space, resonating with a cosmic significance that goes beyond our mortal comprehension. As the evening progresses and the soldiers ponder the significance of their meeting, They gradually realized that the real conflict is not confined to the physical domain, but rather resides within the spiritual realm, a realm where faith, bravery, and steadfast belief serve as the primary arsenal against the malevolent forces of obscurity. This introspective journey, they acknowledge that the essence of warfare transcends mere battles on the battlefield. It delves into the profound depths of one's soul, where strength of spirit and unwavering determination become the ultimate defenses against the encroaching shadows. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that soldiers have detailed encounters with them. This story was posted to social media. In the scorching deserts of the Middle East, where the sun beats down relentlessly, upon the shifting sands, a team of soldiers found themselves embroiled in a mission unlike any other. Tasked with patrolling the remote regions bordering ancient ruins and forgotten settlements, they ventured into the heart of the arid landscape, unaware of the supernatural force that awaited them. As they traversed the unforgiving terrain, the soldiers relied on their training and camaraderie to navigate the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Yet, amidst the harsh landscape and the ever-present threat of insurgency, whispers of ancient folklore and superstition lingered like a ghostly specter, casting a pall of unease over their journey. One fateful night, as the team hunkered down in their makeshift camp beneath the vast expanse of the starlit sky, a sense of foreboding settled over the desert like a heavy shroud. As the soldiers stood watch, their senses heightened by the eerie stillness of the night, they suddenly became aware of a presence lurking in the darkness beyond the campfire's glow. A figure, cloaked in shadow and wreathed in an ethereal mist, materialized before them, its form shifting and shimmering like a mirage in the desert heat. Frozen in disbelief and awe, the soldiers watched as the mysterious apparition revealed itself to be a jinn, a supernatural being of ancient law bound to the sands of the desert for eternity. After a soldier discharged a cautionary round, it was noted that the entity remained stationary. The incident unfolded when a member of the military unit discharged a firearm to signal a warning. Another shot aimed directly at it, yet once more it failed to have any impact. After this, they hastily withdrew from the vicinity, their minds filled with uncertainty about the nature of the encounter. Jinn, commonly referred to as jinn or genies, represent mystical entities deeply ingrained in Islamic theological beliefs and Arabian folklore. These supernatural beings, according to ancient law, originated from Allah's creation out of smokeless fire and coexist in a realm parallel to that of humans. It is believed that jinn possess the autonomy to make choices and exhibit a wide spectrum of personalities, ranging from kind-hearted spirits to sinister entities capable of inflicting harm upon humanity. In Islamic theology, jinn play a significant role, embodying a realm of spiritual existence that often remains unseen but holds a profound impact on the human world. In the rich tapestry of Middle Eastern tales and legends, jinn hold a significant presence, often intertwined with mystical realms that evoke a sense of mystery and seclusion, reminiscent of the vast desert landscapes, forsaken ruins, or concealed caverns. These ethereal beings are reputed to possess unparalleled expertise in the arts of enchantment and guile, wielding the power to distort reality and sway the behaviors and perceptions of mortals. While certain jinn are portrayed as benevolent custodians or defenders, there exists a prevailing fear surrounding those capable of unleashing chaos and calamity upon unsuspecting individuals. Jinn assaults in the Middle East are frequently linked to a diverse range of cultural convictions and superstitious notions that have been transmitted across numerous generations. The belief in these entities holds a significant place in several societies, intricately weaving into the fabric of daily existence and impacting societal norms and traditions. Jinn, supernatural beings in Islamic law, are viewed as powerful entities capable of both benevolent and malevolent actions. The perception surrounding these entities varies significantly among different individuals. While some individuals hold the belief that jinn have the potential to exhibit hostility towards humans when they perceive a threat or offense, possibly resulting in various forms of attacks or disruptions in the physical realm. Others subscribe to the idea that jinn are more inclined to be drawn to locations or individuals exuding negative energy or possessing spiritual vulnerabilities. In these instances, jinn are thought to leverage their supernatural abilities to exploit these weaknesses and create disorder and confusion. Psychological factors hold significant sway over the way jinn attacks are perceived in the Middle East. Within this context, emotions such as fear, anxiety, and uncertainty act as catalysts, the perceived danger of supernatural occurrences. This heightened emotional state often prompts individuals to attribute mundane incidents to the influence of jinn, interpreting them as indications of otherworldly activity. Throughout various discussions, comparisons have been drawn between jinn creatures and shadow people, with some individuals asserting that they may be synonymous entities. Shadow people have their roots deeply embedded in the rich tapestry of ancient folklore and mythology, where they were commonly portrayed as malevolent entities or harbingers of impending misfortune. These eerie figures have captured the imagination of various cultures worldwide, as legends of shadowy beings prowling the darkness have endured through generations, functioning not only as spooky anecdotes, but also as cautionary anecdotes steeped in superstition. The pervasive presence of these shadowy figures in the collective consciousness of humanity speaks volumes about the enduring appeal and mystique surrounding these spectral beings, implying a deeper connection to our primal fears. In contemporary times, the phenomenon of shadow people has gained significant traction in the realm of paranormal narratives, as accounts of sightings and interactions with these mysterious beings have surged in the digital era. Despite skeptics attributing these experiences to mere hallucinations or cognitive illusions, proponents persist in their assertion that shadow people are genuine entities with a tangible presence that transcends conventional understanding. The surge in shadow people sightings and encounters can be attributed to the widespread interconnectedness facilitated by the internet, enabling individuals to share and validate their experiences on a broader scale. Shadow people, a phenomenon depicted in various ways, share consistent features based on numerous testimonies. They are commonly depicted as obscure shadowy entities bearing a human resemblance, yet devoid of discernible facial traits or specific physical characteristics. A pervasive description of these entities involves their eerie fluid movements, as they are often observed gliding silently at the periphery of one sight before vanishing inexplicably. These entities remain a mystery, sparking intrigue and unease among those who encounter them. Their mysterious presence has baffled many, evoking a sense of mystery and prompting questions about their nature and purpose. Witnesses commonly experience heightened emotions like fear or discomfort when encountering shadow people, sensing a looming and unidentifiable entity observing or tracking them from the shadows. Different testimonies depict these shadowy figures variably, with some describing them as momentary flickers that disappear instantly, and others recounting extended episodes where these mysterious entities linger for considerable durations, sometimes stretching to minutes or even hours. People who encounter shadow people often express a primal instinct of being under surveillance or the unsettling feeling of a presence looming nearby, which heightens their anxiety and unease. Despite the frequency of reported encounters with shadow people, understanding the reasons behind their presence continues to be a mystery. Critics often explain these occurrences as products of optical tricks, instances of sleep paralysis, or simply as products of vivid imagination. Conversely, proponents of the existence of shadow people argue that these rationalizations fall short, in explaining the consistency and pervasiveness of shadow people encountered throughout various societies and historical eras. The phenomenon transcends cultural boundaries and time periods, suggesting a deeper, more profound aspect to these experiences that current explanations fail to fully encompass. Shadow people, according to certain individuals studying the paranormal, are theorized to potentially be entities from other dimensions, coexisting within a parallel world that intersects with our own reality. On the other hand, alternative viewpoints propose that these enigmatic figures could be spirits or entities caught in a transitional phase between the worlds of the living and the deceased, possibly ensnared in a state of uncertainty or unrest. This intriguing phenomenon has captivated the curiosity of many researchers, prompting a deeper exploration into the possible origins and nature of these mysterious entities.